Is this next story a small taste of what's to come of the potentially petty politics that may plague city coalitions? It's early days, and ActionSA is not happy in the city of Johannesburg. The newly elected party claims that tomorrow's planned council meeting is a waste of time and money because it was called just to hear new Mayor Mpho Phalatse's acceptance speech. But Speaker Vasco Gama claims that's absolute rubbish. He says the meeting will be a virtual one, which will deal with several critical issues. Let's hear from him now live. Thanks for your time, Mr. Speaker. So let's start off with the claim that this meeting was called just to hear the acceptance speech from the new mayor. What exactly is this meeting about tomorrow?
Good morning, and good morning to your listeners. The meeting set out for the 2nd of December is basically to deal with the items that must come through council. In others, council must approve to ensure that we are able to elect the chair of chairs and chairpersons of the different committees. Remember that we've got to pass speaking time for all councillors, dependent on the number of votes that they've received during the election. That will determine the speaking time for each councillor, and obviously you've got to get the whips from different political parties to agree on that, and that item is going to council, and we will get an agreement from council. The other issue is obviously Section 79s. We've got to appoint chairpersons, and for that to happen, it's legislated that you have to take this particular item to council, the number of councillors sitting on each Section 79, and obviously electing the chairpersons after that. The meeting for the 9th is obviously also arranged to ensure that that happens, but it can't happen if you had not passed it through council.
All right.
That's the reason why this meeting.
So you're saying there is another meeting on the 9th. That's going to deal with other issues. But for those issues on the 9th to be dealt with, you have to hold this meeting tomorrow.
Correct. In the sense that you've got to get permission from council itself.
Mr. Gama, let's tackle the issue of the cost of this meeting. Just how much does it cost taxpayers when council has a meeting?
When you have a physical meeting, it's obviously more costly because you've got to provide the necessary food and other issues at these council meetings because it can last for more than 8 hours. In other words, you would sit close to about 11 o'clock. It could be a two-day event if you've got quarterly reports, and therefore it is necessary that you get people. If COVID was not there, we would have had it in that way. But obviously tomorrow's meeting is a hybrid meeting. 50% of councillors will be sitting in the council chamber, and the rest would be divided into different committee rooms, and those that are at home, obviously either with COVID or sick, will be connecting virtually.
So, Mr. Gama, in essence, you are denying all of ActionSA's claims. You're claiming that there'll be no cost to the taxpayer and that there are definitely other issues tomorrow besides the acceptance speech by the new mayor.
Correct.
All right. Thank you for the clarity there. We appreciate your time, and hopefully this back and forth and the petty politics is not a sign of things to come in the future. Thank you for your time, City of Johannesburg Council Speaker Vasco Gama.